Test, test, test.
I
This is not good. Test. I have a concern. Which one is better? Top, this one? Test. And this one. This is good, right? And test. I hate when I hear my voice. So, okay. So today is November 4th. Okay, so today we will do activity 4, hiring with numbers, and we will use regression analysis. And did you follow regression analysis with me before?
Kind of.
Yeah, just an introductory course, right? And still, this is an introductory activity that you will learn more in the following class, which is staffing. And also, if you take my MBA class in the future, you will deep dive into this activity. So let's click these instructions. So all of you need to open this file. Okay. Regarding this activity, there's no assignment you need to submit, but I will check your understanding of this activity. I'm using final exam. Oh. Jenna, did I surprise you?
No, you didn't surprise me. I accidentally closed all my windows.
Sorry, but I can wait for you. But
are you recording?
Yes, that's why I'm recording. Okay, and just in case, I have left the video from my previous semester. So in case I don't record my lecture, you can use this video. Okay. In the staffing class, you will need to actually submit the assignment. That's why here there's an output that you need to submit. But for this case, just focus on what you need to do for this analysis. And I will lead you how to do it. So using this regression analysis, we will analyze the data, which is a hypothetical data I have created. And using this data, you'll learn how to extract regression equation you can use to predict future job performance of your job candidates. So this activity will be used to pick a top 5 job candidates during the staffing processes. Okay. So I will guide you into the scenario. So this is a company overview. For the folks who are late for the class, please open your syllabus and then click this instructions and open it.
I actually started it before I watched the video.
Okay. Stephen, can you please read this company overview?
Company and Intertech, innovative technology formed now to its work in the field of artificial intelligence. The company is known for its open, collaborative work culture, cutting-edge projects, and an emphasis on its continuous development.
Thank you. So when I create the scenario, I wrote down as a future tech, but you can think this as an open AI, which developed Chat GPT. Okay, and since this is a simulation, I want you to work as a HR personnel who are tasked to find out who is the best job candidate. And Stephen, can you read this next paragraph?
Tech seeks to fill the position of an AI project coordinator, whose principal responsibility is to ensure the smooth execution of all AI projects from initiation to closure. The role requires ensuring that the projects are completed within the defined time frame, remain within the allocated budget, and meet the expectations of all stockholders. The incumbent will facilitate the interim team and interim stockholder communication, anticipate and alleviate projects' risk, and align the projects with the strategic goal of the company.
Okay, thank you. So as a HR professional, you'll need to hire employees for the position of AI project coordinator. And this is the ideal candidate profile we have extracted from the interview from the managers who deal with the AI project coordinator. So the first KSO is technical knowledge, and second, leadership, third, problem solving, fourth, communication, and fifth, organizational skills. And these are the KSOs we can collect information from the resume of our job candidates, and also we can extract these capabilities of our job candidates through interview. Okay. And as members of the hiring committee, you need to assess, evaluate, and select a suitable candidate for the AI project coordinator. And your task is to use regression analysis to weigh these factors and predict which candidate is most likely to succeed in the role. So using interview and resume and skills and aptitude test, we could know their scores of technical knowledge. It could be 70 over 100, right? Or 80 over 100. So it could vary between 0 to 100. And leadership, of course, it could vary between 0 to 100. And problem solving, of course, it varies between 0 to 100. But using this different score, we need to create a composite score that we can compare between candidates. And when we create a composite score, we don't know which skill between these 5 is more important or more less important. So when we create a composite score of their capability, we can just simply average among these 5 scores with simple average. But using regression analysis, we would like to know which skill or knowledge is more important, and we will find out the weight when we create a composite score. In order to find out which skill is more important than the other, first, what we will need to do is conduct a survey from our own employees, okay? And we will compare this information with actual performance information. So let's open this employees data by clicking this link. And then each of you need to download this data into your computer. So let's download. And let's open it by clicking this. In my PC, it's downloaded in this download folder. Don't show it again. If you look at this Excel sheet, there's a multiple information. And this is the data we have collected from the resume, interview, and also aptitude tests. For example, if you go to the instructions, you can see how those information was collected. For example, regarding the education level, this information was collected using the simple question. What is the highest level of education you have completed? So with this information, we can analyze what are the relationship between education level and the performance evaluation of our incumbents. Here, years of experience. With this question, we can collect the number of years of our employees working in the specific field. And using this numerical reasoning test, we can measure their numerical reasoning capability. Are you familiar with Big Five personality scale? What is the acronym of Big Five? Ocean, right? OCEAN. With one item, we had measured the personality of our employees. And using today's activity, we will learn among these personality, which personality is significantly related to the performance in our company. So these are the survey questions that we have used to construct this data. So if you look at this conscientious, this is a one dimension of the Big Five, okay? So as you can see, the maximum score is 10, and the lowest score may be around 7 or 6. But in this simulation, I have made all of the survey questions range between 1 to 10. 10 means highly conscientious employee. 1 means low conscientious employee. So if as you look in this Excel sheet, it is constructed with this structure: employee ID. It means employee's name, unique ID. Their education level, years of experience, their numerical reasoning score, and verbal reasoning score. And the rest of them are the Big Five, Ocean. And lastly, we have their annual performance score. How does annual performance measured in the organizational setting? Do you have any idea? How many of you are working currently? Can you please raise your hand? Okay. I forgot the name left to Maddie with the blue nice shirts. What is your name?
Cole.
Cole. How long did you work in your company?
Would a coach count?
Yes.
3. This is my 3rd year.
Okay. How your performance were measured for 3 years?
I guess for coaches it'd be based off of winning and yeah.
Okay, in that case, your performance can be measured with the rank of your team in the league, right?
Yeah, so we have a conference ranking and we have a state ranking.
Okay, so in that case, in your field, your performance measure can be collected from how your team will perform in your leagues, right?
Yes.
But in this case, in this scenario, the annual performance was measured from their direct managers. Okay, so if you look at this Excel sheet, the performance are varied from 1 to 10. 10 means very good, and 1 means very bad performer. And these scores were measured from their managers. So let's follow this instructions to conduct the analysis and see how which predictors is significantly related to annual performance. Okay. So let's move on to if you follow my video recording and also if you follow these instructions, you can do it by yourself. Okay. So let's move on to output 1. No, step 1. So we have reviewed this data. And then we need to provide the summary of the data. And we will use Chat GPT. So let's open Chat GPT. Let's log in. Once you open your Chat GPT, let's drag and drop this file. So I have in my download folder. So what I'll do is drag and drop. And then I will basically use the same prompt here. Create a descriptive and correlation table conforming to APA style. The table should include mean, standard deviation, minimum and maximum value, and correlations of variables, and exclude employee ID. Do you know why we exclude employee ID?
No biases. They don't pull a name.
Partly, yes. And are there any idea why we exclude employee ID? No. Let's go back to the Excel sheet. So with this activity, we would like to see the relationship between these predictors and the annual performance, right? And the relationship can be summarized with the direction of the relationship and how it is strong, whether it is positive or negative, and whether it is strong or weak, right? Let's look at the employee ID. Does this number is related to performance? Not at all, right? This is just a random number. That's why we will not include this employee ID in the analysis. That's why we have put this exclude employee ID. And I will attach the APA style format for the table. So I will copy this prompt and put it in the Chat GPT like this. And then I would need to put this APA style format so that Chat GPT creates this table using this format. So here's the APA style table. So if you click this link, you could find the exemplary format of correlation table. So what I'll do is I can use snipping tool, new, Control C, and I'll paste it here. And I have attached this table as well. If you have a Mac, do you know how to screen capture the portion of your screen?
Yeah.
Yes, Mac. If you don't know, always use Google. Mac screenshot portion of the screen. Use Shift Command 4, and you can screen capture the portion of your screen. So let's say we have put these two information, the data and also the exemplary format. And type enter. As you can see, the ChatGPT is not hallucinating. It's using Python to analyze for us. So if you just copy and paste all this Python, then you will generate the same outcome. Okay, so here's a correlation table, but it seems like it does not create a same table format that we have shared. But let's download this correlation table and open it. Okay, so this is a correlation table. It has a mean, max, mean, and standard deviation. So what is the minimum value of education level? What is the minimum value of education level? 2, right. So education level here and minimum value is 2. So always you need to draw the line horizontally and vertically. And your answer is in the intersections. And we don't need the employee ID, so I will delete this column. And this is a correlation. Correlations means the relationship between two variables. And correlation varies between -1 to 1. Plus means it has positive relationship. If the weather is hot, the people buy more ice cream, right? So sales of the ice cream and also temperature has a positive relationship. So it has positive number of the correlation. Okay. And think about the relationship between the number of, the runners outside of the building and the rainfall, amount of the rainfall. Does it have a positive relationship or negative relationship? Negative, because with more rainfall, people will not go outside for run. And it will have a negative relationship like this, negative 0.23. And if the strength is high, it is close to -1 or 1. And if the strength of the relationship is weak, it will be close to 0. Here, what is the relationship? Here, I need to delete this employee ID, right? Then what is the correlation between numerical reasoning and openness? Any idea? So here's a way to find the coefficient very easily. So click H, numerical reasoning, and click openness. So, here 0.037 is a coefficient that shows the relationship between openness and numerical reasoning. So it has a positive relationship. If numerical reasoning grows, openness also grows. Okay? But we can have this same information in the other part of the diagram of the table. So I will mark yellow here. Instead of openness, I will choose numerical reasoning over here and openness. So here we have a two correlation coefficient that represents the same, relationship, right? Again, this one and this one is same, and this one and this one is same. Since the upper diagonal is all duplicated, right? This and this is same, this and this number is same. We don't need any duplicate number, so I will delete, 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 and delete. Okay. And here 1, this indicates just relationship between openness and openness. So I will delete all these 1. I will delete all these number 1s. And I would like to display this number up to 2 decimal point. Drag all the numbers you want to change the format and click right mouse and then click format cells. And here, click custom and type 0.00. What are we doing is deleting all the unnecessary information so that we can make the table more concise. And in this way, you can create a table and share this table with your colleagues and boss in a professional way. Instead of education under bar level, I will do 1 point education level. Instead of years of experience, years of experience. Instead of numerical bar under bar reasoning, 3-point numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning, openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, neuroticism, and annual performance. So we have 10 variables here. And instead of putting all the names, the table width is very weird. So instead of education level, I will put 1. Do you know why I put 1 here? Instead of years of experience, I will put 2. Now you have an idea, right? So I will put 3 here because numerical reasoning means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Since it has no information, I will delete this. And in view, let's uncheck grid lines. And here too, click mouse right button, format cells, click custom, and 0.00. Let's insert cells so that we can see the board line more concisely. And from column G to column O, let's reduce the width and make all the width same across the cells. And here, let's put the border line, top and bottom. And here, let's put the border line, bottom. And I will make this color no fill. All right, so you need to check whether this table follows the format of APA style. So let's go to APA style again. M is italicized, right? Instead of mean, I will put M. Instead of S standard deviation, I will put ST. Instead of min, I will put max. So this is the APA style table. So when you analyze the data, you'll need to summarize this data to your boss, right? And I want you to create this table. And this currently, Chat GPT does not create this table by ourselves. We need to create this table, okay? Chat GPT can help us, but it's not perfect yet. So try practicing how to create a professional table by following this format, okay? So let's go back to instructions. We have create this output 1. And for output 2, we need to have comprehensive overview that encapsulates this data. So let's copy this question and let's directly put it in the Chat GPT. So since Chat GPT already know about our data, it will provide a good answer. So enter. I know your skill on data analysis might vary a lot. But if you have a Chat GPT, you can actually interpret this correlation table. So you might not know what this means, 0.19, right? You might not know what education level, this 0.08, which indicates the relationship between years of experience and education level, which is here 1, means. But here, ChatGPT answers briefly summarizes what is the relationship between education level and experience. And you can use this language when you explain this data to your boss. So once you collect a survey from your employees, you'll need to explain to your colleagues what this means. In this way, you could make a nice justification of what you have done. Here are correlation insights between experience and performance. There is a positive but modest correlation. So see, using this prompt, you can know what this means. The correlation 0.13. It says moderate correlation. Let's go back to the instructions. Now we learn how to generate the correlation table and change the format of the correlation table. And we learn how to interpret the correlation coefficients, right? And now let's conduct regression analysis. What is the goal of this activity? Predict the qualities? Yes, to predict the quality of our employees. And we measured the quality of our employees using performance evaluation. So our task is to find what is the predictors of the performance of our employees. So I will let's copy this output 3 directly to the Chat GPT. Run a regression analysis using the data. You have data. Using the data, and independent and dependent variables are listed below. So let's delete this. And we need to show what is the predictors and what is the outcome variable. So here, let's copy these and paste it here. So independent variables, I'll put a dot independent variable. And here, I'll put d dot variable, outcome variable. And let's type enter. So if you look at the Python, here annual performance was assigned as a y, and all the other variables like education level, years of experiences, and personality was assigned as x. X means predictor, and y means outcome variable. So let's see the regression analysis. Okay, so this is a regression analysis using Python. If you use Excel, you can generate the same results. So this is a regression analysis, but you need to be careful when you interpret this. First, we need to check the p-value. So this is a p-values. And if p-value is over 0.05, we will just assume that its coefficient is 0. Okay. So since p-value of what is it? P-value of education level is 0.878. We'll just consider that education level does not influence performance. So it's 0, not negative 0.0125. Okay. And let's go back to the instructions. Let's copy this output 4 and paste it in the Chat GPT. Report the regression equation derived from the analysis based on the table above. If a coefficient's p-value exceeds 0.05, treat that coefficient as 0. You may use, so I will delete this, okay? So this is a prompt we will use. And we will generate regression equation. I know some of you might not be familiar with the equation, but you'll get to know about it after I generate this outcome. Okay. So this is quite long. Oh, no. So in order to show you all the regression equation, I will show you. Memo. Oh, how about Word document? Word. All right, so this is the regression equation predicting annual performance. So if you look at this equation, you can think of the secret recipe from your grandma. So in order to make annual performance, you need ingredients, right? In order to make a Chicago deep dish pizza, we need pepperoni, flowers, and cheese, and spinach, and etc., right? So you can think that these years of experience are spinach. This is mozzarella pizza, cheese. Verbal reasoning is flour. Openness is butter, right? So you can think that this is the ingredients, right? And you can think that this number in front of the yellow ingredients is the amount you need to put in, like ounce or spoons or tablespoon. Okay. So in order to make annual performance, in order to make a pizza, you don't need already made pizza, right? You need ingredients. In order to know the annual performance of our employees, it means that we don't need to measure their annual performance. What we need is measuring only this: years of experience, numerical reasoning, and verbal reasoning, and openness, consciousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. With this score, we can actually measure annual performance. Okay. So let's go back to the Excel data that we have used. So this is the data we have collected from our own employees, from our colleagues. So here we have annual performance data, and we have neuroticism and numerical reasoning and so forth. So using this, now we learn that how we can measure annual performance based on this regression equation. For next step, what we will do is recruit our job candidates. And in a small room like this setting, we will conduct a aptitude test, which measures numerical reasoning here and verbal reasoning. And also we will collect their resume. Based on their resume, we can collect their years of experience, right? And in this small classroom setting, we will conduct a simple survey that measures the personality. So with that survey, we can measure openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, and so forth. And based on only this information, we can actually evaluate their projected annual performance. And based on this one score, we can capture who is the best job candidates among thousands of employees. Thousands of job candidates. So this is step one that we have completed. So let's go back to the instructions. Step two is, let's say we have collected 100 job applicants, and we have conducted a survey that captures their personality, and also we have collected their resume. And if you click this data, this is the second data we are using. And let's download this data. And you can find the file name with candidates data, right? If you click this, you can see that there's an ID number, right? And education, years of experience, numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning, and big five. And we don't have job performance score. Why? Do you know why we don't have job performance score here? AV Campus? Do you know why we don't have job performance score in candidates data? Yes?
Because they're just applicants?
Correct. But using a regression equation, we will predict their performance, okay? So let's go back to the Word file that I have created. So I will simply copy this. And I will insert this here. Maybe so using this formula, let's calculate their predicted performance. Okay. Performance. But not their performance, it's predicted performance. So here what we'll do is here I said this is the amount that ingredients need to put in the pot, right? 0.0526 years of experience, right? So I'll put it here just in case. And numerical reasoning, I'll copy this amount, right? And put it here. And here, this coefficient, this is the amount for verbal reasoning, right? And I will put it here. And this is the amount for openness. And this is the amount for conscientiousness. It has negative value. And for extroversion, this amount, and you need to copy the sign as well. And agreeableness again. And neuroticism. And I will create another column and put constant. And I will put this number, 6.333. Do you know why 6.333 is called as a constant? What's up, Bertha? Yes. So even though there's 0 for all ingredients, still annual performance is 6.333. Okay. Even though all years of experience is 0, numerical reasoning is 0, 0, 0, 0, still annual performance will be 6.333. And let's calculate predicted performance using Excel formula. And you'll get an idea why I put this here. So this candidate 1's predicted performance is equal education times in Excel, times means asterisk, times this value, okay? And instead of C2, I'll put $sign. You might have a funny question about the $sign, but I'll just pass for now. Years of experience times here. No, I messed up. I'll do it again. Times constant, let's put $sign plus. Since the education level does not influence annual performance, I will pass years of experience times this coefficient plus numerical reasoning times years of experience, dollar and dollar, plus verbal reasoning times the amount of verbal reasoning, plus openness times the amount of openness. We'll put $sign plus conscientiousness times the amount of conscientiousness plus extraversion times the amount of extraversion plus we are almost there. Thanks for your perseverance. And dollar plus neuroticism times the amount of neuroticism. Okay, and type enter. Oh, value. Do you know why I got an error here? Maybe this might be the reason. The sign here. Instead of this, I'll put the negative sign. Okay. So the predicted performance of candidate 1 is 5.49. Okay. And we need to do this, all the work for all candidates from 2 to 100. It will take a lot of time, right? So how can I save save the time for this work? Can you help me? Drag it. How can I drag it? Bottom right corner, and let's drag it. Okay, so I think there's an error, right? So even though you drag it, you need to review some of the cells. So let's see. Oh, here it's weird, right? This should be over here. So let's click this, and let's see what is the reason. Do you know what is the reason? I forgot to put the $sign, right? So that's the function of the $sign. $sign means I just put the stick on certain, cell if I copy it. So the upper cell does not move. Only this cell without $sign moves. So here I'll do it again. I'll put $sign here, and then I'll drag it down. Let's review it. Yes, it seems good, right? If you double click the right bottom edge, you'll actually do the same thing up to the bottom of the employees. So you can save time. So now you have calculate the predicted performance of our job candidates based on the regression equation that my grandma gave it to me, okay? So as a HR professional, if you know this formula, you can actually find out who is the best performer, even though you did not measure the performance, okay? And this equation varies across industry and company. In order to know this formula, you'll need to conduct survey from your own employees. And after that, you will know this equation, and now you're ready to use for find out who's the best job candidates. So let's find out who's the best candidates. So I'll click home, and I will click this icon. Can you see this? The small one with the filter, AZ filter here. Can you follow my mouse? And click this and click filter. And let's sort largest to smallest. So based on this equation, we found who's the top candidates. So I will just cut here. So these are the top job candidates. And with this information, we can actually calculate their average performance by averaging all these numbers, right? Simply averaging this score without differentiating the weight. But using the regression equation, we can actually calculate the weight, different weight across variables. And we can calculate better predicted performance without less bias. So for the next step, what we'll need to do is you need to draft an employee to be shared with your HR director, okay? So next step is to have a in-depth interview with these 5 job candidates, and we will choose one job candidates to be our colleague, okay? So this process is just a screening process in order to save time for our employees. If we interview all of these employees, we need to spend a whole month. Yes?
It's kind of irrelevant, but what does the negative performance mean?
Negative performance means these employees are not fit with our organization. Okay? We don't say these are the bad employee, right? We only say the fit is not good. Thanks for your, question. AV Campus, do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So let's draft an employee to be shared with the HR director. So copy this. This is a prompt that we can use Chat GPT. I think here in Chat GPT, I will modify this prompt. Draft an email to be shared with the HR director. In the email, include the following information. Yes, yes, yes. And then in the Chat GPT, we'll need to provide this data. So simply copy this data and paste. So if you click this, it captures the table. And let's see how it creates the email for us. This is weird, right? So AI can do lots of stuff, but as a productive worker like you guys, we need to develop a skill that checks the work of the AI. Okay, we can use AI, but read thoroughly and check their work. When you work with your subordinator, we always check their work, right? Whether it is good or bad. It's the same principle. If you work with Chat GPT, we need to check their work. So read carefully and see whether it aligns with the report that we expect. So this is the email. Let's check. It captures the candidate's ID 66 686 63 91. Okay. And ChatGPT provides the format of how we report their summary. You can modify these languages if you want, if you need to do it. And next step, I recommend scheduling interviews with these candidates to further assess their fit for our organizational culture and team dynamics. Of course, you need to revise this language, right? So copy all of this. And open your email, and you can save tons of time to report this decision making. Let's go to the instructions. And I think that's all. All right. Did I go fast? Not at all. Some might think I may went fast. Please review my recording and try to conduct the same analysis without the recording, okay? And I will make you to conduct the same analysis during the final exam, but the data will be different, okay? So try, but if you can conduct the same analysis with this data, then you can do with any data, okay? All right, that's it for today, and I'll see you next class.